The movie's really, really bad. It's just so you know, don't watch it. It's no, actually do watch it. It's one of those that's so bad that you have to watch it. When the main villain is Kristen Wiig, and she's playing Cheetah. And the plot with it's really bad. By the way, if you don't want this spoiled, you, I'm spoiling it. Kristen Wiig, they lifted the entire plot. Remember Batman Returns? Michelle Pfeiffer's like, oh, you know, she's a nerdy girl, and she's down on her luck, and then she turns into Catwoman, and then she's all like sexy and Batman.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, she fell out of a window.
Yeah,
and then was licked by magical cats.
Look, please. Yes, that is what happened. But when you say it that way, you make it sound ridiculous.
Even as a kid, I was like, wow, so we're not even trying with this one, right?
Well, if you think that's nothing, Batman Returns look like Citizen Kane. So that's what she's the nerdy girl, right? Oh, I'm nerdy. Oh, I'm nerdy Kristen Wiig. And then, like, you know, this movie has something called from the Wishing Stone. And then she wishes to be cool like Gal Gadot. And or
why is she considered not? Wait, this movie is supposed to take place in the 80s, right?
Correct.
And Kristen Wiig clearly has hair like Sammy Hagar, and you're telling me she's not cool in this movie? She's not the coolest chick in the movie.
She's not. But see, you know, they did the typical like. They did the typical. She's not cool because she has glasses. Like you would think the movie was made in the 80s, right?
To be fair, Kristen Wiig is also ugly. Like,
oh no, she's super ugly. Yeah, but then the whole point of the movie
she's not like the from She's All That where you're gonna clean her up and then go, wow, but get a load of this girl.
So it's perfect you did this. So like Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer was fucking smoking hot, right?
Yeah, she was always hot.
So even when they try to ugly her up, you're like, okay, she's hot. Why is she single with like 5 cats? Didn't make any sense. In this movie, you understand why she's ugly, but she makes a wish. She's like, oh, I wish I was hot. And then men automatically swoon over her when this is her being hot. And they swoon over her like being hot. She's 47, by the way. I also want to point that out.
By the way, don't get me wrong.
No, she's not bad.
I was going to say, like, if I seen this chick at a party, I'd fuck her, like, if she was interested, right? But swooning, like a whole scene where people go, wow.
And
like, all right, calm down.
This is the CGI
for
a $200 million movie.
Oh, no.
That's the CGI. Remember
Are we sure this isn't a remake of Labyrinth?
No, it looks like the new Cats movie.
Oh,
like it's really, really bad.
Also, I'm getting David Bowie Labyrinth vibes from this.
Dude, the movie is just
like
fucking stupid.
These movies where they go like from dork to hot or whatever. It's like those premises never work. Like you said, Michelle Pfeiffer has always been hot. The chick from She's All That, like in the beginning parts of the movie, I'm going, okay, but clearly this chick's hot. Like there's not even, you know what I mean? Like they couldn't even really disguise how hot that chick was. Rachel Lee Cook or whatever.
Yeah.
So they put glasses on and a ponytail.
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember.
And you're going, but she's hot though. Like, you know, even the makeover scene, fine, whatever. But you're looking at the whole movie going, this chick's pretty hot. She might be a nerd, but like, so you're telling me this chick looks this good. She's a nerd. She's poor. She has an alcoholic father. This is a beautiful inn. Like, how is she not the most popular girl in school?
Well, the main bad guy of the movie is you know, Pedro Pascal from Narcos and Mandalorian. You know him. He's a good actor, actually. I think he's a pretty decent actor.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he was terrible in this movie, and it wasn't his fault. The writing was really bad.
Probably the director was probably bad too.
The director's a woman.
Oh, so there you go.
So the first Wonder, the first Wonder, I think Patricia something. I don't know what her fucking name is. But the first Wonder Woman movie wasn't bad, and people were like, man, how did she direct the first one and it was so good and the second one be so bad? Turns out people found out and they looked into it. The first one was written by men. Zack Snyder and like 2 other people wrote the first one. They gave it to her, but only under the pretense that she would also write the second one. So it was, Mike, when I tell you childish in the, I mean, it's a comic movie, it's for kids, right? But not childish like in a comic book kind of way, but just like a dumb woman who doesn't understand it. So Pedro Pascal plays Max Lord, right? Max Lord, that's his name. Don't think too much about it. Fine. Half the movie. It's
almost like women have an infantile and narcissistic and childlike view of the world because they've lived in a life of no responsibility. But anyway,
after half of the movie, he's speaking with his Hispanic accent because he really does have a Hispanic accent. He's actually Hispanic. But then just halfway through the movie, he starts speaking not in that act. It just goes away, right? But let me just show you something, just to show you. Who do you think they were basing him off of when I show you the picture? Who do you think the main bad guy's supposed to be based off of, Mike? Huh? Huh? Who does that look like to you? Who does that look like to you?
Pat Sajak?
No, it's actually Trump.
He does look like
he does look like Pat Sajak. So Drumpity
could have
Trump.
just probably gotten Pat Sajak and it would have been way cheaper.
So there's a wishing stone, and there's a scene in the movie with a wishing stone where basically he gets the power of the wishing stone, and he get granted any wishes. He gets into the White House, and it's Reagan, and he asks Reagan, "Oh, I'll give you any wish. What do you want?" And what do you think Reagan wishes for? Ronald Reagan, 1904. What do you think he wishes for? He could have anything. Think about like a genie, but without the rules. He could have anything in the world.
Well, I guess I just wish I can keep my brain sharp forever.
Nope.
I want to keep my wits about me till the very end.
No. You know what he wished for, Mike? More nukes. That's what a woman writes.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Ladies, stop.
You know, more
Stop
nukes.
writing. Stop doing this. It's women are just, maybe it's just a life of not having any responsibility or accountability that you guys end up not like people write from their own perspective, even when they're writing a character that's not like them. Generally speaking, when you're writing a character, you go, how would this character react to this situation? And then you look back and go, well, this is how I would react to this situation, but I'm not the character. And then you go have an area to work off of. Women are just like, I don't know, Orange Man bad. We're going to do Orange Man bad. Girl, woman good. Girl power, Orange Man bad. Nukes. What's bad? What's a bad thing he could wish for? Nukes. More nukes. What? By the way, what a fucking waste of a wish from a genie. The president, I want more nukes. You just call fucking Lockheed Martin or whoever,
And they would make a limited
GM
amount.
and go, I want more nukes. Oh, by the way, you stay here. I have a better wish for you. Yeah, just make me more nukes, please. Like this. Oh my god.
So
dude.
one more thing, and I have a 40-minute review if you want to watch it, but one more thing I did want to bring up with you, and this isn't a joke. Wonder Woman somebody in the movie. And I know you're thinking that sounds crazy. Yes.
Nice.
Nice, right?
Sorry.
hey, look, I'm not complaining here. I'm not saying it was, but my point is, if a man would have, if a male superhero would have done what Wonder Woman did, it'd be a big fucking issue. So apparently, her fucking love interest, who was in World War I in the first movie, dies in the first movie. She gets the wishing stone, Wonder Woman does, and she wishes that he would come back. But he doesn't. By the way, he could have just magically appeared. At this point, this movie has based in no reality. But anyway. But what happens is his consciousness gets downloaded into just some random guy who lives in the 1984. Some normal dude who's just like a normal guy with a life and an apartment. And her brain takes this dude, Chris Pine's brain takes over this dude's body. And then she just and she knows it. Like she knows it's a different person. It looks like a different person except to her. She just goes and fucks the guy. She just fucks him. She just fucks this random dude and wakes up in the morning. She's like, oh, yeah, I just fucked you. And there's never like a scene where like, hey, didn't we just steal this guy's life? Like this guy had a family and a life and now I'm just fucking this dude.
To be fair, it's Gal Gadot. I mean, I'd fucking...
Listen, know I agree with you.
I'd eat her like a plate of knishes.
Listen, I agree with you, right? I'm not saying that, but it's that whole thing like, oh, yeah, it's where's that? It's that whole when the teacher fucks a kid kind of thing.
But it's not because it's not a kid, right?
No, but the guy had no say. The guy didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, but you can't rape guys. That's not only men can rape other men.
Fair enough.
There's no time in the world like that a woman has ever raped a man. Women have had to do some convincing.
Well,
but a guy's like, nah, all right.
My point is that if there was a dude and there was the same story and a girl like just ran, they'd be like, that man, he that woman. Like the dude had no consent. What if he was a gay guy?
Man, you can't rape a grown man, okay? Because either I can fucking say no or bash your fucking brains in. Like he's just. Well, I know it's Wonder Woman, but still, maybe I'll make an exception in this case because it is Wonder Woman and you can't bash her brains in. But what realistic scenario is a woman going around raping men?
But
I can kill you with my bare hands.
But again, my whole point is
brittle bird bones.
My point is the double standard. That's all. That was my only point.
That's your big point?
Yes.
When watching Wonder Woman Ragnarok?
Noah's fucking Ragnarok. That's the name of the Thor movie. No, this is Wonder Woman 1984.
I saw the commercial.
Wonder Woman Ragnarok.
Wonder Woman Ragnarok. That's what it looked like to me. I just was like, I have no interest in this.
Wonder Woman Infinity Stone. Like, you don't like that?
It's just dumb. It's so stupid, man.
Sorry.
I just don't.
Sorry.
I don't see the. I don't see it, man.
Fuck.
I don't see. I will give you. I will
shit.
concede the double standard, and I will say, Wonder Woman may be the only woman who can rape a man.
Oh, fuck.
But then again, it's Gal Gadot.
Frank says, Royce, you cried over Endgame spoilers. Now you say they don't matter. Complete reason. I said at the beginning, I'm going to spoil it. So first off, I said I'm going to spoil it. Secondly, don't compare fucking Endgame to this fucking pile of horse shit that they released on HBO because COVID saved this movie's life. Because if this movie would have fucking come out in theaters, it would have fucking bombed.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't know.
Oh fuck! I'm glad it was spoiled. How about that? That movie's fucking terrible. I saved you 2.5 hours of your life.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's 2.5 hours to watch. By the way, any single solo superhero movie, that's way too long.
It's too long.
That's
And Avengers,
way too
I get it because there's a bunch of people. But you're right. When it's just one person, yeah.
Even Avengers shouldn't be that long because it's most of that movie is establishing shots, and most of that movie is them posing together for the trailer, and then like it's every Avengers movie is the same fucking thing. Oh shit, man! You know, Bruce is trying to not be Hulk anymore, so we're not gonna have Hulk the whole movie. Wink. Yeah, sure sucks we're not going to have a Hulk the whole movie. Wink, wink. And then they all got to, oh boy, now there's tension on the team. How is the team going to overcome their differences again for the 10 millionth time? And then, oh boy, I'll tell you what's not going to happen, though. We're not going to let Hulk, we're not going to unleash the Hulk because he's too powerful. Wink, wink. And then what happens? They overcome and resolve their differences. And then the Hulk comes out for the last 10 minutes because that's all the money they have left in the budget for Hulk. It's the same fucking movie every time. Oh, let's all do fucking poses back to back like a bunch of fucking. I'm so sick of these movies. It's been 20 years of Avengers movie. Stop letting corporate America squeeze every fucking dollar out of the same fucking premise.
Well, that's the thing. At least I mean, I obviously didn't pay to watch it because I have HBO Max and it just came out on HBO Max. I've actually been watching HBO Max to watch old Curb episodes and old Who's Lines, which at this point, HBO Max might have better stuff than fucking Netflix does. Because, it still has The Sopranos and has The Wire. I mean, all the old HBO shows are on there as well. Westworld, all the HBO shows are on there. So better mostly than stuff on Netflix. And Netflix on January 1st is losing The Office. Like, they're losing a bunch of NBC properties because NBC has the Peacock streaming thing now.
Which is that a pay?
Just pay for cable. Just pay for cable.
Is that a pay thing?
Yeah.
By the way, this whole cutting the cord thing that was supposed to save you tons of money is going to end up making it decentralized, and you're just going to have to pay for 90 different services, or just acquire things. You could always just acquire them. By the way, you know what I just acquired recently, and I didn't even know this was out there. 1995, 96, 97, 98, Monday Nitro. All in one fucking pack. Boom.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was like, okay, this will be a nice little time killer.
I have I have a login for the WWE Network, and they have all of those.
Yeah, that's great.
But the problem, you're right. It sounds great, sort of. But the problem with them is a couple things. They're edited. Excuse me. They're edited in any like music that they didn't have Hulk's Hendrix theme when he comes out as Hollywood Hogan. Yeah. Like they edited that out to generic rock music and stuff like that.
Everything. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's awful. They do it with ECW too, because ECW just used like any music they felt like, and they just didn't pay anybody. And you're right. They dub everything over and they sweeten the crowd. They've adjusted so much shit that you're ruining it. I just want to watch the original stuff. But it's the only good thing about the WWE Network. I mean, that their programming is absolute trash. But the smart thing Vince did was buy every tape library ever, so you can watch all the old stuff. But I just acquired the Nitros, which is good stuff, because I'm doing Dark Fox's show next week.
How's he doing? I haven't talked to him forever.
He's good. He's good. He does a wrestling show,
Well,
and
no shit.
he wanted me to be on it, and we're going to be watching. We're doing World War III '96.
Nice.
Where they just threw them all in a ring, like every fucking wrestler in 3 rings, and they had 5 commentary teams, and it was just the best. It was such a shit show.
All right, let me read some of these, and then we'll get into some other stuff. But I guess I just wanted to point out there's a whole 40-minute review I did of the stupid Wonder Woman movie. I would still recommend watching because it's bad.